Hello, today we are going to look at verbs that use a preposition. Verbs that always use prepositions. Enjoy. So first, let's remember the basic structure of English. An English phrase. We have a subject, a verb, and an object. Now, basically, every English phrase has this structure. So, for example, I is the subject, like is the verb, and cheese, I like cheese, is the object. Now, you change the tense. Maybe you include an auxiliary in the phrase. Here's your auxiliary. I'm playing football. So we have our subject and then the verb with auxiliary and our object. The basic structure of English: subject, verb, object. Now, there are some very special verbs, which we will talk about today, that need a preposition. So, for example, I'm listening music. Now, with this verb, to listen, we always need a preposition, and the preposition is to. So when you use the verb listening in all the tenses, in the negative, I'm not listening to anything. In a question, are you listening to music? You always need the preposition, the verb plus the preposition. Now, when you ask a question, what? You still need the preposition, and we put the preposition at the end. So, what are you listening to? Because the verb always needs the preposition next to it after the verb. In the question form, what are you listening to? The to is at the end. Now, another example of this type of verb is wait. He is waiting a train. He is waiting. Waiting always uses the preposition for. He is waiting for a train. So again, if we want to ask what, a question with what is he waiting for at the end of the question? Because the preposition which corresponds to wait is for, and this preposition always needs to be next to the verb. To always next to listen. For always next to wait. Another verb which uses this structure is think. They are thinking the situation. Now, think always has a preposition, and the preposition is about. They are thinking about the situation. So again, if you ask the what question, what are they thinking? You need the preposition that always goes with think. You need the preposition next to the verb. What are they thinking about? Question. What are they thinking about? So when you're asking the questions with these special verbs that always have a preposition, you ask the question with the preposition at the end. What are you listening to? What is he waiting for? What are you thinking about? The about is important. What are you thinking about? Now, there are other verbs. There are many other verbs like this. For example, laugh. With laugh, I'm laughing. What are you laughing at? Okay, what are you laughing at? I'm laughing at my friend. Another important verb to use is focus. Focus. And focus is very similar to concentrate. And both of those verbs use the same preposition. Focus on. Concentrate on. So when you have an object, remember, it's very important. This preposition is only with the verb when you are referring to an object, right? You have to be referring to an object. So, I am laughing at my friend. I am focusing on my work. An object. You need an object for the preposition. And when you make the what question, what are you laughing at? Who are you laughing at? The same with focus and concentrate. What are you concentrating on at the moment? At the moment, I am concentrating on prepositions. Okay. Now, sometimes you have a verb which has a preposition, but the verb can use different prepositions to give different meanings. And the best example of this is the verb look. Now, you can make your phrase with the verb, the subject, the verb, and the object. I'm looking my dog. Now, you have a choice because you can be looking directly, in which case you use the preposition at. I'm looking at my dog. Or you've lost your dog. I'm looking for my dog. All right, this is when you can't find your dog. My dog. Now, with this, again, it's the same structure as listen to. If you want to ask the question about the object with what are you looking? You have a choice. What are you looking at? Directly. What are you looking at? Or what are you looking for? What have you lost? What are you looking at? Or what are you looking for? Very important in English because the preposition changes the meaning of the verb. That is why the prepositions are very, very important in English.